having issues with theft in your farm, this is the place to be. In today's subject, we're going to be talking about theft and how to curb it, things you should do. Observation is key. So if your farm is being tapped in, there are a lot of theft going on, which is a popular thing in farms, business. Welcome to today's show. Today I'm going to be talking about theft in farm and what you can do to put a hold or stranglehold on it. Welcome. Let's jump into it. Now first, what is theft? Theft is prevalent in farms. To be honest, it's one of the issues we as farmers have. It's one of the issues businesses have. Big businesses, small businesses, it doesn't matter. Theft is a serious issue and it's really prevalent in farms. You know, people go there to steal your produce. For example, your fish can be stolen, your birds most of the time are stolen, and these are not outside forces. These are sometimes your staffs. These are sometimes people who are in your farm. They are the ones who go about stealing from you. So, and most of the time when you are being stolen from, you will not be able to break even, talk much of making a whole lot of profit. So to be honest, you have to put measures in place for you to be able to curb this issue. You know, sometimes it's always the in-house people. You know, outsiders, they are theft all around your farm. To be honest, they are outside theft and inside theft. Now for outside theft, these are people who come from outside when you retire for the day. They are called the night workers. They are the ones who come to your farm and they steal from you. They are the ones who come and they harvest your farm. You know, I've had cases where the owner of the farm leaves, then at night people in the area come in and they harvest your farm. They take their time in harvesting. The owner had to come one night unannounced and he met people harvesting his farm. He was so shocked he couldn't even say anything. You know, it's a funny situation. So theft is a real deal, and as a farmer, as a great farmer which you are supposed to take notice of many of the things. There are signs, and I'm going to be giving you a whole lot of signs for you to look out for to know if theft is going on. So just chill, we're going to dive into it now. The first thing you should look out for, it's your fishes. Your fishes will always tell you. To be honest, they will always give you signs. You know, I always liken fishes to babies. You know, I don't know, but the truth is, they seem to be alike. You know, they will always give you signs. They may not be able to talk, but they will give you signs. The first sign they will give you, they'll become agitated. You know, when your fishes are sound and are okay in your presence or in the presence of the right people, they tend to come around. You know, from the entrance of your farm, your fishes rush to their feeding spot and they wait for you. You see them happy. So I always liken them to children. You know, they're always happy. They're swimming around. They're opening their mouth for you. That's to tell you they are comfortable in the presence of any human. It must not be only you. It must be anybody who comes around. So they're always okay in the presence of human. But when they start getting malhandled, when they start getting stolen, when they start getting touched unnecessarily, then they become agitated. You can come in and they run off. You know, you can come to your farm and they start running all crazy because they are scared you're going to take them out, or they are scared you're going to manhandle them. But when your fishes are okay in the presence and nothing is happening to them behind your back, when you come to the farm, they rush to you. They rush to your feeding spot and they play. And even if they are not hungry per se, but they are comfortable, they swim down to where you are, you see them, they come close, they stay close to humans. So if they are rushing and they're acting all agitated, check your farm. Something is wrong. You know, sometimes the agitation may not necessarily be theft. Sometimes it can be an outside object has entered into the farm, your pond. That can be maybe snake entered into it and is causing a whole lot of disruption. It can be different things, but most of the time it's all about theft. So check your farm and take more observative measures to see what is happening in your farm. Another point you should look into is your numbers of your fishes. Now, if you have stocked 5,000 fish, for example, and you are coming to your farm, in sometimes when you're doing your sorting, I advise you just can't randomly. Sometimes, you know, it can be once in a long time. You just can't while you're doing your sorting to know what is left, what is the mortality rate, and what is left. If your mortality rate is so high and you are good with your management, you are good with your practices, it is not cannibalism, they are not eating themselves, that's what it means, then theft is going on. You can't imagine you will stock 5,000 fish, and when you're sorting and counting, or when you're selling per se, you now have like 1,005 or 2,000 fishes. My brother, my sister, something is wrong. Cannibalism can't go that bad if you're doing the right thing. Remember, the right thing. Cannibalism can't go that bad. So when you come and you count your fishes and the rate of cannibalism is so high and your management procedures are right, then it all points down to theft. Somebody is harvesting your fishes when you have retired for the day. So check the numbers. When you bring your fishes, like I said in my other videos, make sure you count. When you bring your post fingerlings or your juveniles or whatever you've got, make sure you count. Make sure you are right with your numbers. Make sure you record your mortality. If any fishes die, make sure you record. If you see 5, 10 or 2 scores, make sure you record. It is not right you just take your fishes, you throw them away. It is not right you just let go of some things. Be observant and take proper measures. Yeah, like I said before about how to know when your fishes are being stolen. Now I'm going to tell you what can be done. What are the measures you could take? What are the measures you could put in place to make sure you are safe, to make sure you can sleep well at night, to make sure you're comfortable. And adding to taking stock and checking your mortality rate, you can also hold people responsible. That is some perfect moves you could make. Hold people responsible. If you have a gatekeeper and things are going wrong and you're finding out your fishes are they are missing, they are not going up to the numbers you have stocked, hold him responsible. It can be you take out from his salary. It can be you remove some incentives from him and from his salary and the likes of that. That will keep him in check. That will make sure he does his job. That will make sure if he's even part of the sneaking process, that will make sure he withdraws from me, because why steal a fish and lose your salary, or lose part of your salary, or lose a percentage of your salary? So hold people responsible. It can be your staffs. They should be held responsible. They should be given quotas. You can tell them, as I've stocked 5,000 fishes, I expect 5% mortality. Anything more than that, I will hold you responsible. Anything more than that, I will make sure I remove a percentage of your salary per number of fishes that dies or per number of fishes that get missing in either case. So make sure you hold people responsible. It will see them up, it will make them responsible, and it will make them hold their self responsible even while you are not there. So some may even go as far as making sure nothing dies, So hold people responsible and make sure they are all ready to go and working in the same wavelength with you. Another means you could use is to get a guard dog. This has been a secret most fish farmers use. They say dog is the best friend of a man. So get a guard dog. Get a fierce dog. Don't get a dog that is friendly. Don't get a dog that will see even the thief coming and they'll welcome the thief. Get a dog that is fierce. A dog that knows what it's doing. A well-trained dog. So get a guard dog. A dog that will be staying there at night. A dog that stays at night, or even when you're leaving the farm. Get a dog that stays. Get a dog that is going to keep watch over your stock. If there's a dog there, it's going to be hard for anybody to break in. It's going to be hard for anybody to come through the back and siphon fishes, because the dogs are alert, so they are going to help you do the proper and just the free guard work. All you have to do is just feed well and train well. They're going to do a whole lot of good for you. They're going to help you chase out cats. They're going to help you chase out any intruder at all. It can be snakes and all of them. So get a guard dog that stays at night and in daytime when you're not around. And the last and the proper thing you should do, show up unannounced. That is so cool. Just show up unannounced. Your staff aren't expecting you. Nobody's expecting you. Just show up unannounced. It can be you've left for the day. Just come back by 8 at night to just see what's happening. It doesn't cost you anything. Just breeze in, see what's happening, see what they're doing, and you never can tell. You can walk in on some acts that will baffle you. So show up unannounced. You can come very early in the morning. You can come in the noon time. You can come at night. Just show up unannounced to see what's happening. It helps a lot, and it helps keep everybody in check, because they don't know when you're going to show up. You don't know if you've left. So just show up unannounced and make things right for your farm. That is your livelihood. You should hold it with all the force and all the intelligence you could put into it. So show up unannounced and do every other thing I've listed in this video, and believe me, theft is going to reduce to a great number. Though it may be hard to stop, but it's going to reduce to a great number. This is the Emperor's Farm. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share. Leave a comment for me so I'll know what you're thinking. Then we'll have a discussion, a proper discussion on anything you'll be facing. Check out all my platforms across Facebook, across Instagram. The links are all going to be down below. Thanks and have a great day. See you in